Hello, precious family. It's Pastors Derek and Julia from the Marital coming away this week, and I hope that you've had a good week. So, for the past 2 weeks, we've been looking at how to spot a marital scam before you get into it so that you don't get into such marriage. But today, we want to look at how to spot a marital scam within the marriage, how to know that you are in a marriage which is a scam. And we'll trust God that we'll be able to look at it and also suggest ways by which you can correct it and make sure that you get into the right environment for marriage.
Welcome to the Marriage School with Pastors Derek and Seljalia Abre Solomon. Here at the Marriage School, we believe it is God's will for you to experience marital bliss at its fullest. And as such, we seek to equip you with the practical tools and resources for a successful marriage. Pastors Derek and Seljalia are both ministers of the gospel at Shine Ministries International located in London. They are also published authors of well-known marriage counseling books such as Built to Last and God's Spices for Marriage. Through the Marriage School, they share their vast knowledge about the marital landscape. Using the Word of God as their foundation, they provide couples with resources and strategies that prove helpful in navigating the marital waters. So join us this and every Saturday at 6 p.m. GMT on our Facebook page for fresh and new insights into the world of marriage.
By God's grace to have our own Pastor Derek here with us, and he's going to talk us through how to spot whether you are already married and your marriage is a scam and what to do. Pastor Derek, you're welcome.
Thank you. How are you today?
By God's grace, I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm well. I'm blessed by the grace of God.
Thank God. So we have been looking at how to spot a marital scam before marriage, so you are not a victim. But today we want to dwell on the marriage itself, because some people are married and unfortunately their marriage is a scam. Yeah. So what are some of the characteristics of a marriage which is a scam? And what will, if we have enough time, we'll look at what to do to get out of such, not to get out, but to solve it.
Hello everyone, God bless you for watching this video, and we hope that it will bless you. Make sure that you share it and let it bless someone else. You know, we are looking at this series because there are a lot of things that people are going through in their marriages and they've accepted this as normal. They don't know any better. They think it's normal. Yeah. But we're going to point out some of these things for you to know that that's not how marriage is supposed to be. Mm-hmm. If you find yourself in that situation, you are in a scam and you have to find a way of correcting it. You have to point it out that this is not how marriage is supposed to be. Mm-hmm. Number one thing is when one partner hides important or sensitive information from the other.
So this is when you're already married.
Yeah, you are in a marriage, but your partner hides their paycheck. You don't know how much your partner earns. It's a scam. That's not how marriage is supposed to be. Mm. You don't know your partner's passwords and PIN numbers. These things are kept private, and they will tell you that these are private. In marriage, there's no such thing as private. There's no privacy. The Bible says that, and the man and his wife were naked and they were not ashamed. The scriptures also say that for this reason shall a man leave his mother and father and cleave, be glued, super glued to his wife. That means that there's no difference between them, and the two shall become one flesh. So there's no thing as my privacy and your privacy. In marriage, this is our privacy. It's us. And then we together keep it from the outsider who is not part of the marriage. Okay? But you don't, within the marriage, keep secrets. If you are in a marriage and you are keeping such secrets from each other, you are in a scam. It's not a proper marriage. It's not a marriage. If you can strip yourself naked before each other, if you can have intercourse and exchange bodily fluids, and yet you are hiding your monies and you are hiding your PIN numbers from each other, you are in a scam. It's not a proper marriage. Correct it. Change it. See what you can do about it. Stop it. If you are the one doing it, stop it. Open up, because before God, you are being deceitful. You are not being fair in that marriage.
Yeah, I mean, I was just going to talk about this, having intimacy and hiding your pain. I personally think that there's, when we say privacy, we mean your body and that kind of thing. So if you are able to expose that before the person, what else are you keeping away from the person? And I'm sure that people may have some very they may have reasons why they want to keep their PIN numbers and things, but you really, no excuse is good enough, especially if you are married, unless you got something to hide.
Yeah.
Because usually when people keep their PIN numbers and their passwords and all these secret things, it's highly possible that they have something to hide from their spouses and they don't want them to know. But if you have nothing to hide, you know that this is my husband, this is my wife, we are in this thing together. There's no secrecy between the two of us. If I take your phone, there's nothing wrong. Yesterday, pastor was on his phone and I saw that he was being distracted. I had given him food to eat. He was not eating. He was being distracted on his phone. I took his phone from him. I said, give me your phone. And he handed his phone over to me. He didn't say anything. When he finished eating, I handed his phone over to him. There's nothing to hide because he's not doing anything bad. So that is a serious sign that your marriage is dodgy.
Yeah.
And you need to work at it. I think we can have a look at it a bit more.
Yeah. Another thing that makes marriage a scam is when it comes to domestic work, everything is left to the wife. The husband lives in the house. He doesn't touch anything. He doesn't contribute anything physically. I'm not talking about financially. Maybe because he feels that he has built the house, or he has paid the rent, or he has bought the house. He doesn't sweep. He doesn't wash. He doesn't clean. He doesn't wipe. He doesn't do it. The only thing he does is to walk into the house, eat, sleep, do whatever he wants, and go out. But as to working, partaking in the domestic chores of the house, he doesn't do. It's a scam. Okay? That you paid for the house, that you bought it, does not exempt you from also being. You see, when we do domestic chores, right, it's not a sign of subservience. When you do it with your wife, it's part of the communion that you have with your wife. She holds one side, you hold the other side. She does this, you do that. It engenders love. It arouses passion. It shows care. It shows kindness. It shows the human side of you, the husband. So when you don't do that, you show a side of wickedness, rigidity, inconsideration, and it makes you not a husband, but a dictator or a boss or something like that. Marriage is not boss and subordinate. Marriage is friends. Marriage is the highest form of friendship. And if we're going to be friends, you're going to support each other. When you go to your friend's house, even where you don't live there, and your friend is doing something, if you are really a good friend, you see that you naturally will join in. You go visit a friend, they are cleaning. Oh, let me help, so that it goes quickly. How much more your wife that you live in the same, you live there too. You are part of the mess, or those who create the mess. If you are really a friend to that wife, you will help around. You clean things. When you see things, you're not even call her. You work on them on your own. When you see your wife is overwhelmed with it, you not even wait for her to become overwhelmed. You take part and do things. It's part of the communion. It's part of communication. Communication is not just what we say with words, but what we do around the house, what we do with each other, and what we do for each other. So when this thing is not happening, your marriage is incomplete, and it can be considered as a scam. Wake up. I know you are a managing director. You may be a minister of state. You may be senior pastor. You may be general overseer. You may be prophet the seer. But in the house, my brother, you are a husband. Humble yourself. Love that woman. Be friends with her. Work around. Do things for her. Do things with her. And you will be blessed. And it will make your marriage rich and beautiful. Marriages don't work just because of money. It's not that you have money, you give her money, you buy her things. No. The kindness, the physical touch, the physical doing things is an important part of marriage. So learn it. Learn it. God bless you.
Thank you, Pastor Derek. I mean, I was reading something on social media yesterday about a couple's issue. And the issue is that the man, just like you're saying, he doesn't do anything at home. He doesn't clean, wash, nothing. And his excuse is that he bought the house and he married her. And once he's bought the house and married her and brought her into the house, it is her duty to work.
That is like slavery.
It is just like
That is like slavery. I've bought the house, I've paid your price, I've bought you, come and work for me.
Yeah,
that can never be marriage. That is a scam.
And I was actually thinking of it and imagine saying to myself that this man is a very wicked man. Because it's not fair that you just bought. So, in other words, she's your slave.
Yeah.
You paid for her bride price. You brought her in to just come and use her to work for you.
That is why I'm saying that I will not collect bride price on my daughters.
What would you collect?
Nothing.
You give
So
them away
that
for
yeah. So that you do not ever say that because you paid something as a bride price, now you can abuse it. You pay nothing, so that if you are misbehaving, I can come and tell you my peace of mind. And if I have to remove my daughter, I'll remove her. You don't pay anything. That concept has to be dealt with, because even though it's biblical, it's important that you do that as an honor to the parent. It's not to pay. Okay, it's an honor. It's a thank you. Okay, for the parents raising a wonderful bride for you. It's a thank you. But now people have turned it into this wickedness like slavery. I've bought you, I've paid for you, so you have to do everything. It's wrong.
That is true. That is true. People are misinterpreting the bride price. On the other hand, there are parents who are also really
taking advantage of it,
and then forcing
literally like they are selling their children.
Forcing the young men to pay huge sums of money. Some that are, I mean, you think about it and you wonder why. If you do that, it's like you are selling because if you are asking for a very, very huge amount of money, for a person's life cannot be bought with money anyway. But if you are asking for all those extravagant things and huge amounts of money, and the young man tries his best to get it, but struggles to get it, I mean, he may want to retaliate.
Everybody's abusing it. The parents are abusing it, and it's giving permission for the husbands to also abuse it.
Yeah.
Because in the Bible examples of bride price that we have, it is not the parents who determine what their prospective husband pays. The prospective husband decides what they bring. Because it is just to come and say thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Look at Eliezer and Rebecca. It is what Abraham had decided that Eliezer take this. They didn't demand anything. Okay, so that is the kind of example that we have. We know that this guy, he wasn't a good guy. Jacob's Laban. He was a dodgy guy. So he stipulated, you will serve for this amount of years, then you have my child. But you know how it all went. We know that guy was a dodgy man. But the good one is the Abraham example, where they decided how much to go and give to them. And that is how it's supposed to be. If you really want to continue this thing, we should allow the husbands to decide how much they want to just give as a thank you. But when you now want to overcome family poverty, you want to break generational poverty, you want to break generational curses. You are breaking generational curses because one daughter is going out to marry. You sell her literally into slavery. So fathers must work on that. And if you're a father and you can, don't even mention anything. You leave it to the husband. Whatever you want to use as a thank you is up to you. But I will not demand any particular, because I'm not selling my daughter to you.
Pastor, we can go on and on with this.
We can go on. The time is almost go on. No.
Sure.
There's no point.
Because I'm thinking that you may have a husband, a husband to be, prospective husband, who may not even value the woman he's going to get married to. And so will bring something really small, which may look in the eyes of the parents as an insult. I mean, so that's what I'm saying, that it could be both sides, you see.
So when they do something like that, you can just cancel and say, listen, the wedding is called off. Go and find somebody else to marry. You are not, because you
can just call them and say the wedding is
you see, you can use that also as a test to the prospective husband to see the type of person he is. If he's miserly, if he's wicked, if he devalues your daughter.
And he brings
Okay.
something small.
Yeah, so if he's you should be generous, you should be kind enough. I shouldn't tell you what to bring, but you should use your own head to say, listen, I value this lady, she'll be a blessing, she's a helpmate. Let me go and say thank you to the father and do something that is more decent.
Yeah.
Okay, but I will not want to charge you. I will not want to tell you, bring this, bring that, bring that. It looks too. It looks too,
like you are selling.
Yeah. I don't like that. I don't. But if even that has happened to you, it's not the woman's fault.
Yeah.
It might be her parents' fault. Don't punish your wife because her parents charged you some exorbitant things. Be a Christian. Don't have a scam marriage. Don't have a fake marriage. Really be a friend to that woman. Help her around the house. You haven't bought a slave. You've married your best friend. You've married a bride. God bless you and stay married.
Thank you, Pastor. Do we have time for one
Nope.
more? We don't. Okay, God bless you. And I'm trusting God that will come your way again next week with more of the features of a marital scam. Have a beautiful week. And as we come your way again next week, it's Pastor Derek and Sister Julia from the Marital School. Bye.
Bye-bye.